Mary with Mojo Designs, and we're going to be creating a card using a lace background for Sugar Creek Hollow. This is the frame that I cut out. It's a Labels One die, and I cut a circle out of the center. I do have this older rubber stamp that's from Cornish Heritage Farms, and they are no longer in business. But I do love this stamp. It looks just like lace. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this over. I had created this side. I didn't like how it turned out, so I'm using the opposite side. You know, we need to reuse our mistakes. Take a piece of scratch paper, go over the top, and really get the impression on that frame. And here's how it turned out with a diaper wipe. And the challenge at Sugar Creek Hollow is to use some lace. So I'm using a lace background stamp. And I'll be using some actual lace on my card as well. So now we're going to take some broken china and we're going to rub it along the edge. Just like that. Kind of pounce a little bit. Then we're going to take some of this Tattered Angel chalkboard spray, and this one is actually called chalk. It's opaque and super fine glimmer and glitter on here. So we'll go ahead and spray this. And if you'll watch, as soon as I hit this with the heat gun, you're going to see that it is super, super shimmery. And that there is a light opaque white overlay. Just clean that up. I'll hit it with the heat gun. As you can see, it's kind of like, reminds me of milk paint. And look at, I don't know if you can see that, but that is like super, super shimmery. So then we're going to take our broken china distress tool, and I'm going to hit the edges. Like that, and we'll do on the inside. Still a little damp yet. Then I'm going to take this image from Sugar Creek Hollow, Christmas Joy. I just think it's a really pretty digital image. And that's going to be, so now I'm going to take this ribbon from Sugar Creek Hollow. It's their Country Crinkle ribbon, and I'm going to really load up my ink tool here, my distress tool, and I'm going to hold it at one end, and I'm going to run the ribbon through just like that. And it's not going to completely saturate this ribbon or change the color, but it is going to bring in the tone that that is needed to go with this card. So you can transform your ribbon to match whatever you need it to match. Because it was in the same tone family before, but I just needed a little bit brighter. So I'm just going to make sure that I have enough ribbon. I'm going to cut that here. And then I have my transformed ribbon. You can see the original here, and then just adding a little bit of broken china so that it will match the card better. And then that gives us that really nice distressed vintage look. A bit of vintage photo to our frame that we created, and that's just to make sure that it's vintage and distressed enough, and that's whatever your tastes are. But the ribbon that I'm using here that we transformed does have a little bit of brown in it, so I think that just makes it a little more cohesive. And then I want to take just a little bit of the vintage photo, not a whole lot, and do a really light circle or halo around the Christmas joy. Counts a little bit. So I didn't transfer a whole bunch of color, just a little bit. So now we're just going to adhere the Christmas joy to the frame. I decided to add a doily to add even more lace feeling to it. So I'm just going to distress the edges with the vintage photo ink. And I'm going to apply that. Then we'll adhere that to the card. And we'll put that on dimensionals. I have some right here. Probably don't need that many, but whatever. Right. Add that right there. Then I'll take some like that, pull it up a little bit on this side. I'll use a little bit of adhesive and we'll cut down here. So we'll finish the bow just like that. So here is our card for the Sugar Creek Hollow Challenge of using lace. So we used a lace background stamp on our frame that we created with a Labels 1 die and a circle die. We added this really yummy chalkboard glimmer mist, a doily, some distress inks. We used that stamp again. We used some Sugar Creek Hollow Country crinkle ribbon and we transformed it and put some more broken china on it to really allow it to match. We added some lace, and so here's our card. Thanks for stopping by. Make sure you visit sugarcreekhollow.com.